experiences. It could be an overwhelming feeling, it could be a sad feeling, it could be that you cannot remember the event. Yes, it happens to people that you cannot remember how it happened, they just cannot process it. That's our inability to process the experience. They can't remember it, because not like they can't actually remember it. They might tend to, probably they have to dream about it, but the moment they wake up from that dream, they can't remember again, or they have to, like, they need time for them to be able to bring that experience out of their memory. So these are all symptoms of trauma. Now, trauma could proceed for a very long time. I mean, when trauma is already becoming long term, I mean the post experience is already going beyond 2 weeks, then it's already post traumatic stress disorder. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you guys been? So good to have you all here. Welcome. In case you are new here and you are seeing my beautiful face for the first time, my name is Funmi and I. Welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about many things around mental health, teenage life, and lifestyle in general. Yes, I vlog as well. So welcome to my channel. You want to click on the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out of any of my content. Also, you want to share this video with your friends and also encourage them to come and say the goodness that is happening in this channel. Come and say the goodness of the Lord. And if you are a returning subscriber, you guys are the real MVPs. You guys are the real G's. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for the support. I see every single person. Yes, thank you for your likes. Thank you for always sharing my broadcast, for always referring your friends. I mean, our subscribers are increasing. Yes, and it's of great joy, and I'm so happy. It's all our effort. It's not my effort, it's you guys plus my efforts that make it make sense. So thank you for the support. I see you all, and I'm going to make a video one day that is just for my returning subscribers, like just to appreciate you guys. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you. So in today's video, like I said in my last video, I'm talking about trauma. What is trauma? Definition, symptoms, and types of trauma. I'll be talking about that in today's video, so you want to stay tuned till the end of today's video so as not to miss out on any information. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Let's go. So what is trauma? Trauma is a response. Yes, trauma is not something that it's independent. I mean, it's not something that just happens spontaneously. It doesn't just come and happen to you. I mean, you don't just experience trauma just like that without any period, experience to that. So trauma is a response to something. Trauma is a response you give to something, and it's a response to an event or something. Yes, trauma is an emotional response to an event, and it's not just to any type of event. It's a response to specific events, which are terrible events. I mean, bad experiences of things that you don't desire. Trauma is like response to an event, like accidents, like I mentioned in my last video, robbery, rape, drug abuse, just events that are not favorable. Events that you can't have a response to a memorable event, and we'll call that trauma. A memorable event is something that you are happy, remember. When you remember that event, you are so happy about it. We're talking about events that when you remember them, you are sad, you are not happy. Events that are not favorable, they are not memorable, they are not something that anyone would desire to have that kind of experience. When you remember them, that's what we call trauma. So the post experience of a bad event is what trauma is. Trauma is not the event itself, but the experience that comes after the event is what trauma is. Trauma is not the rape experience, but the response you give to the rape experience is what the trauma is all about. So you have been raped before, that is not trauma, but because of your raping experience, you are feeling what English will I give that? Have this extra security conscience, and you feel threatened by people's presence. That is trauma, because it is a response that is given to what has happened to you in the past. So trauma is an emotional response to terrible and bad events. That is what trauma is. These responses include feeling overwhelmed, helpless, shocked, and difficulty in processing experiences. So you might have a rape experience, and the post effect, though it's not yet I'm still going to be explaining that it's not yet post traumatic stress disorder. It has the criteria it has to pass for it to become a post traumatic stress disorder. But the response you have immediately after those experiences could be an overwhelming feeling, it could be a sad feeling, it could be that you cannot remember the event. Yes, it happens to people that you cannot remember how it happened, they just cannot process it. That's our inability to process the experience. They can't remember it, because not like they can't actually remember it. They might tend to, probably they have to dream about it, but the moment they wake up from that dream they can't remember again, or they have to, like, they need time for them to be able to bring that experience out of their memory. So these are all symptoms of trauma. Now, trauma could proceed for a very long time. I mean, when trauma is already becoming long term, I mean, the post experience is already going beyond 2 weeks, then it's already post traumatic stress disorder. We call it PTSD, post traumatic. So it's already now a mental health disorder. It's already like a psychological disorder in that sense. So you need to see a counselor or a psychiatrist to be healed. It's a post-traumatic stress disorder if the memory of such thing has exceeded 2 weeks. It has gone beyond 2 weeks, and you're already having these bad experiences over and over and over and over again, and it's already a mental health disorder called post-traumatic stress disorder. We call it PTSD. So we have different types of trauma, and these types will help you to know the kind of healing you should expose yourself to. So we have 3 types. We have the acute type, we have the chronic type, and we have the complex type. What is the acute type? The acute type of trauma is the trauma that comes from just a single event. So you were raped once, then the memory that comes from that one time raping is an acute trauma. You have not been raped more than once. You have been raped once before. So that one experience that brings the response you are having is what is called the acute trauma. Now we have the chronic trauma. The chronic trauma is the kind of trauma that comes from you continually exposing yourself to that same event. For example, you have been raped once and you have been continually raped. So you are in the process of the raping, you have not like left that process. So the chronic trauma is the type that comes from that continuous exposure to that particular event. And we have the complex trauma. The complex trauma is one that comes from you having different kind of bad experiences from different events. I mean, you've been raped, you've had accident, and you've experienced robbery. 3 events in one is causing you to have traumatic experiences. That is what a chronic trauma experience is all about. Come to the end of today's video. I'm sure you have been able to understand what trauma is in simple terms, and you can evaluate yourself with these definitions and explanations. So this will be the end of today's video. I'm going to be expatiating more on trauma and healing in my next video. It might be the last video on this subject, so you want to anticipate and look forward to that video. So till that time, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't leave this video without subscribing. Yes, hit on that subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and also share with your friends. So I'll see you guys in my next video.